So I've heard you all want me to talk about a certain show on the channel, huh? Hell, I've had people asking me since very early in this season to talk about this show. And I didn't feel like it was warranted in the first couple episodes. But now that I've caught up to episode 13, I think it's time to finally sit down and talk about a show y'all have been waiting for. Shangri-La Frontier. Now, I'll tell you guys right now, I think it's okay. I think it's a pretty good show. I've been enjoying it for the most part. I'm not like over the freaking moon for it like some people appear to be, because I've seen a lot of shows like it, honestly, but I am liking Shangri-La Frontier quite a bit. I do think this is how you do a game type anime. This is how you do it. And to explain that further, here's the thing. A lot of these game type shows where our story literally revolves around the video game and characters playing it, they try to go too high stakes. Take Sword Art Online, for instance. Like, literally, you die in the game, you die in real life. That's the series that started all of this stuff, man. And it's too much. Like, for the first series, it's fine. But every single time, the stakes just stay high in that series. And it gets to be too much. The series becomes over encumbered. Shangri-La Frontier is not like that. Hell, I wouldn't consider it a very serious show at all, actually. Which I think is only to its benefit. I think it only helps the series because it's not that serious and it just focuses on fun. That's what these shows should do. Focus on fun. And that's where I think Shangri-La Frontier excels. That opening, I will admit, that opening fucking slaps, bro. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. My voice is still gone, guys, sorry, but da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It kicks ass, man, come on. That opening slaps hard. And our main character, the bird head, man. The bird head gets me every time. It's great. Sunraku. I guess his name is actually Rokuro Hizatomi, but let's be real. No, we don't care about that name. We care about our boy, Sunraku, who I actually quite like as a main character because he's not overly serious. In a show like Shangri-La Frontier, that's not that serious of a show, I like the fact that our main character is just a guy that wants to come in and just play a fun game. Our boy Sunraku is so used to playing shitty games. That's literally his shtick. Our boy Rokuro. That's his shtick. He likes to play shitty games that no one likes, which I feel a kindred soul with him in a way. And he gets introduced to a non-shitty game for once in the name of Shangri-La Frontier. And I like how the episodes are literally just him going through the game, exploring, getting stronger a bit. It's, like I said, for shows like these, game shows, you don't have to do much. You just have to make a world that's exciting and that you want to explore. And Shangri-La Frontier is exactly that. I suppose at this point, let's start talking about our side characters in this show, which we have some pretty interesting ones. Emal, our little bunny girl, is a cute little mascot character, you know, deceptively stronger than she looks, by the way, which I kind of like. Gear Zero. Let's talk about them a little bit, because probably the thing I think is the most unnecessary in the series so far, but isn't necessarily bad. It's just, if it doesn't go anywhere, I think it's just wasted time. But you see, Gear Zero is really a girl named Rei Sagia who has a crush on our main character, Sunraku. Now, it's endearing. it's endearing to see her in the real world just constantly trying to chase him down, just to even talk with him, just to send a friend request like we saw earlier in the season. It is endearing, but like it needs to go somewhere, you know? Like if we just get this stuff through the whole season, just a little gag, like, oh man, look, she's trying, look, she got the friend request. It's just like it doesn't feel necessary, but I guess it's not like trash. I just hope it actually goes somewhere, you know? Like, at the end of it all, maybe they go on a date in the real world, you know? Something like that. You gotta give us some payoff if you're gonna spend so much time focusing on Ray and Saigar Zero in the game and all that. Like, you gotta give us some kind of payoff. Let's talk about Pencilgon. I feel like everyone's favorite character from this show. Now, when you see the promotional image for this show, you kind of get the impression from her that she's going to be like, oh man, she's going to be the noble kind of heroine we run into, the no kind of bullshit person. And then you find out she's a PKer, a player killer. And she's in one of the guilds that specializes in killing other players. And I just found that dichotomy very funny to me. Because that's certainly what I thought of her when I first started the show. That, oh, she was going to be this type of character. And then they just throw you a curveball. Like, no, she's like the ultimate sadist. Which is pretty damn funny, I will admit. Then we have characters like Oikatsu and all that we haven't really seen too much of, honestly, yet. But they seem interesting, you know. They're friends with our boy Sunraku in real life. And all that. They're a pro gamer. Pencilgon is a professional model, by the way, which makes sense if you ask me. But these three together are pretty interesting, honestly. And like I said, the show itself is fairly interesting. It's just not over yet. We still have an entire Cour, essentially, to go through because it's leading into our winter season of 2024. So, we're not even done yet. So, there's really not too much for me to discuss. I do like how Sunraku gets his training from, like, the rabbit Yakuza boss. I do really like that. Honestly, those scenes were really nice. Like, I'll tell you now, the Forge scene we got in, I think, episode 10 or 11, something like that. I actually really liked that scene. I thought that scene was well done. And just adds a lot of nice lore to the story and game itself, which is what these types of shows should do. You have to make the game itself that people are playing in interesting. And I think Shangri-La Frontier does a very good job of that. Like I said, guys, I don't really have too much to talk about with it yet, just because it's not done yet. You know, we still have so much more to go through. Like, we're about to go through, like, a giant, unique monster battle with, what was his name? With Weathermon the Tomb Guard. We're literally preparing for a fight with that, which I think will be pretty damn cool, actually. They've really been hyping that up for, like, 4+ episodes now. So, I really hope we get some good payoff with that. They've always teased constantly that if an NPC dies in Shangri-La Frontier, they can't come back. So that's in the back of my mind now. Emal better be safe. That's all I'm saying, guys. She better be safe. If she goes, I might be rioting. I'm just saying. We gotta protect the mascots here, guys. But overall, I think Shangri-La Frontier is definitely a standout of this season and deserved at least a little bit of time to talk about it today. I really want to know if it's going to stick the landing. Obviously, I think it's going to, but it really doesn't have to do too much to stick the landing, if I'm being honest. Just continue to be a fun, entertaining show, and it'll be a success, in my opinion. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it down in the comments. A nice, short, little, sweet video talking about it. I'll definitely do another one when it's over for sure, because I have been enjoying it quite a bit. So, Let me know your thoughts on Shangri-La Frontier or SLF down in the comments below, because I would love to hear about it, guys. But until next time, I hope you all have a great day, week, month, and year. And until then, deuces, have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.